Welcome to the channel, everyone. Model Car Guy Rich here. How you doing? Today I'm going to try to get to the bottom of the clear coat issue that myself and other fellow modelers have been having an issue with. So today what I'm going to do is I've got some spoons lined up here. I have them numbered on the other side, and over here I have 5 different clear coat options. I've got a Duplicolor Acrylic Enamel. I have a Nason Acrylic Clear. I even have an old can of Clear Stonecraft from Krylon. And I have the Rustoleum Gloss Clear. And then I have actual Automotive Clear with the hardener. And we're going to try all of these over the top of some painted plastic spoons. So I'm going to hit them with some primer first, all of them, and then I'm going to hit them with some paint, and we'll see what kind of results we get. So first things first, I just hit them with some primer. Alrighty, so I'm going to give those a chance to dry, and then I'm going to spray on some Automotive paint color, and then, you know what, I'll find a spray paint also and put it on some of them. I'll add a couple more spoons here. It just dawned on me. I'll try it with like the Tester's rail can spray and the actual Automotive paint spray. I have some Deltron here. This is Polo Green, I believe. Yep. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll hit it with some of that and a couple of cans of the rattle can stuff and see what happens. So, alrighty, folks, I'll be back when this dries and I add a couple more spoons. Thank you for being here. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. I split it up into 4 groups of 5. I'm going to hit the first 5 with some Chrysler Island Teal. This is Automotive paint in a rail can. So I'm going to hit the first gray spoons with this one. Okay. Put it on a nice even coat. Not real heavy, but just enough. Comes out pretty nice. Kind of like that. Alrighty. Next up, I've got some transparent candy grape. I'm going to see how that sprays out. Get that shook up a lot. We're going to put that on this set. Not coming out of the can very well. That one there is a little too old. Something wrong with the nozzle. We'll try something else. Alright, we're going to try Burgundy Purple Metal Flake. See how that comes out. This is that brown from the 67 Mustang. It's supposed to be burgundy. I recognize it. Kind of a cool color, but not what it's supposed to be. I'll just hit the top half of that with that and see how that turns out. Alrighty, folks. As soon as that dries, and I'll paint some different color on the back. I'll use my airbrush to do a couple colors back here. Be right back. Alright, guys, so I've got the Deltron Polo Green. I just mixed a little bit in a cup. and put some reducer in it so it'll go through the spray gun nice and easy. So I'll go ahead and get that going. So we're going to go ahead and see how that comes out. Alright, comes out nice. I'm going to go ahead and do it on these 5 spoons in the back here. On black, it's really not going to show up real well. I didn't think of that. It's a beautiful color though. I have a Harder and Stenbeck airbrush, the Ultra. Absolutely love it. If you ever get an opportunity to pick one up, guys, I would highly recommend it. I'm running about 22.5 psi. Comes out perfect. So that's that one. And we'll go ahead and add another different color to those spoons, and we'll see how it goes. We'll keep moving on. I'll be right back now. Okay, this here is the next item that we're going to have go on the last set of spoons. It's a 1968 Ford Lime Gold Metallic from Scale Finishes. This is the first time I'm actually spraying this paint, and we'll see how that turns out with the clear coat once it happens. This is Automotive paint. So this one here is ready to spray right out of the bottle. I would just pour a little bit in here. I'm going to do it over my garbage can that's sitting over here. Okay. A little bit on the thin side. That's okay. Alright guys, this is the last set of spoons here. Oh, that's beautiful. Sprays out beautiful. Look at that. That sprays out real nice. Very nice, guys. That's going to look great. When the time comes to put it on the actual kit, I actually have it right here. That is that color there. Hopefully you can see it in the camera. I can't see the back here. So that's gonna be beautiful. The light's giving it kind of a funny glare, but that's dead right on for that color. So I'm real happy with that. Now we got to see how it handles clear coat when the time comes. I'm gonna go ahead and let those dry, and then I'll be right back to show you what happened. I'm going to use, I have 5 different clears, and I'm going to use 1 spoon each for those respective clears and see how things turn out. Gotta let this set, so in my time I'll be back in about an hour. Your time it'll be just a second. Okay folks, so I went ahead and added another control color, which is this blue right here. There's no primer under this one, it's just strictly the spoon, the plastic. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different versions of clear coat that are going to go on here now. So we'll see how that goes right now. I'm going to do the canned stuff first, and then I'll do the airbrush one last. So each section of these spoons gets a certain clear coat. See how I can do this. There. Starting out with number 1, which is the Acrylic Enamel from Color. Sorry about the sound in the background. My fan is running. anti-air compressor just kicked on. Alright, that's one. I labeled the cap 1, so that's one. Number 2 is Nissan Automotive Acrylic Clear. This seems to be the one I had the most issues with. It sprays on nice and wet. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. So it sprays on really nice, but this is one that seems to eat paint. No, we don't have a valve. Alright, we're not going to do this one, the Stonecraft. The can is plugged and the nozzle's trash, so that's out of here. I've never used that one anyway on a model, but I just thought it would be neat to have it. So we're going to go with, this is Clear Gloss from Rustoleum. I've had good luck with this in the past. Sorry if I'm not in frame here. I'm kind of winging it. Now I'll pause the camera and get myself set up for the Automotive Clear. Alright guys, so I've got the Automotive Clear and Hardener sprayed in this gun here. I'm going to go ahead and put that one on. Coming through. Okay. Not coming through that brush, guys. I'm going to have to change brushes. Not sure what happened there, but we're just going to do this one. Oh yeah, comes out real nice. Turn my air down a little bit. Alright guys, we'll let that dry and we'll see what our results are. Okay guys, it's been a few hours and here are the results. This is the Duplicolor Acrylic Enamel, and this here are the results of the 5 spoons. Now, the results, this one here did a bit of crackling. That's interesting. Okay, this was the tester's paint rattle can. This was the Scale Finishes lime gold. That is actual automotive paint. Feels nice and smooth. Color's not the greatest because I just sprayed it on real quick, but there's no crackling. And this was a test piece. There's no primer under this one, and it's engine paint, so it's an automotive paint also. The clear didn't really take real well to that, but it's not crackled. It's just I must have just made a real light pass on that one. And then these two, this is the Island Teal paint, automotive paint, and that did a decent job. That's pretty nice. And then this was the Polo Green, which didn't seem to cover real well. Looking at it up close, it almost looks black, but this was a black primer. This was a gray primer, and this was black primer. Interesting. Okay, so that's the acrylic enamel. Here is the Nason, which is an Automotive Acrylic Clear. Again, this is the tester's. Oh, sorry about that. Again, this is the tester's rattle can paint. Came out real nice. Very happy with that one. This is the lime gold automotive paint, and the finish came out decent on that one. Again, the paint itself didn't hit all spots on the spoon, as I just blew past them. And this is the engine paint, and it looks okay. Obviously the paint itself wasn't thick enough on there because you can actually see the writing that I had on the back still through it, so I didn't lay down enough paint on that one, but again, we're just testing here. This is the Polo Green over black. Feels real nice. And this is the Island Teal over gray, and that feels real nice. Okay. This here is the Rustoleum 2K Gloss Clear. Came out decent. The Polo Green has a little more green showing up through this one. It's decent, no crackling, or alligatoring as we say. Now the testers, it must not I must not have sprayed on this side because it looks a little thin here. But overall, it looks decent, and again, I can see through it enough to where I see the number 8 on the back there. This is the lime gold. Looks pretty nice. And that's the engine blue, and that looks okay also. And these, the final ones, these are the final ones that were hit with Automotive clear coat and hardener, and they all come out looking beautiful. The green really shows up. I'm sorry guys, the green really shows up nice. You can't really make it out in the camera, but in person it's really pretty. And that's the blue. Looks really good. And again, I did the last this many spoons all in the same Automotive clear because one of the other clears I had didn't come out real good. That stone, whatever it was, the nozzle was all messed up, so I just sprayed them all with the Automotive one. And I couldn't spray it through the original airbrush that I had because the tip wasn't large enough to allow the contents to blow through it. So I used my Harder and Stenbeck, I don't really know how to say it, that airbrush, and it's fantastic, guys. You ever get a chance, man, I'm telling you, that's a great airbrush. But fortunately and unfortunately at the same time, everything came out decent. So I'm a little confused because I was hoping to find results of crackling and alligatoring to explain exactly what's going on. I just don't get it. So I guess what's going to happen is that I'll have to do some more tests and try and get a solid answer to what's going on. I don't know. I did everything exactly the same on all of these. Shook them each for a minimum of 2 minutes each, except for that. I didn't shake that, but I stirred it and mixed it. The paints were all shaken, again, except for the cans where I mixed. The reducer was the same. Everything was the same. I tried to keep it as sensible as possible, and I'm at a loss. Okay, I had no major issues here other than I didn't spray the paint on well enough to completely cover the spoons, and that wasn't the objective here. The objective was to get paint down on the spoons to see the reactions of the different clear coats, and I don't have an answer, guys. I'm sorry. I'll have to come back to the subject again and try and do some more research and figure out exactly what the issue is. So I'm going to call that a wrap for now, and that's all I got. So keep on modeling. It's Model Car Guy Rich out. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in.